Welcome. Welcome, Fantasy Breakouts. This is Pat. It's Eric. Today we got some very vital, important information for you. We're going to do a couple of trade fours and trade aways. Yes, I know it's already halfway through the season almost, but just keep in mind, even if you're 6-0, or obviously if you're 0-6, there's still some moves you probably can make. Some players' value is simply not as high. It's as high as right now. It's never going to be this high again. Okay. Um, so let's dive into it. Eric, give me two trade fours right now that you would make for your team to improve that roster of yours.
Yeah, please like the video, subscribe. Got the Twitter down below, all that good stuff. You know what to do. All right, so my first one, important time of year. We got to make some moves. There we go. Like and subscribe. Terry McLaurin. I love Terry McLaurin. The guy steps up in the fall. He'll help you in the playoffs if you get him. Owners might be frustrated for him right now, so I like trading for him. He's had back-to-back lower scoring weeks after he went 6 for 23 and 2 touchdowns in week 4. But he's still 6th in the NFL in targets in the past month. You can start him every week. I mean, you don't have to worry about that dilemma of starting him or not. They're playing from behind. Their defense is awful, unbeknownst to everyone in fantasy. And then Fitzpatrick might be back week 9 or 10, be able to take some shots to him. So I think he's pretty undervalued right now. So I like trading for Terry. Pat, who's your number one trade for right now?
Well, I'm gonna say with the wide receiver side of things, and my number one would be Calvin Ridley, man. Yes, I know to this point he hasn't been that second round draft pick. You got him, or you paid for him, but he's still getting the air yard targets. Matt Ryan's looked better. The offense looked better the last few weeks. They're finally starting to figure out things out and whatnot. Cordell Patterson will not be a season long thing. Okay, it's not going to happen. Calvin Ridley's still getting his air yards. He's still getting opportunities. He is unfortunately hasn't gotten the touchdowns, right? And keep in mind that people are probably frustrated right now. Some people, he might have put them in a hole, obviously unintentionally, but he might have put them in a hole where they got to make a move. That maybe 2-4. We got buy Mageddon or whatever this week is, week 7. So it's an opportunity right here. And I think down the line, he's going to come up big for you. So now is the time to strike, period. All right. So next one, what's the next trade for, Eric?
My next one, sticking on receivers again. I think Diggs. He could be on a team that's in bad shape at this point. What do we have him listed as? He was wide receiver 18 right now.
Yep.
I do like his situation with. I mean, I don't like when people get hurt, but Dawson Knox has a broken hand. Emmanuel Sanders, how is his body going to hold up in the cold with all of his random things that's happened to him in his life? But I think this is one you can strike on right now, and maybe don't wait on this one because what they're going to get. I mean, some of those AFC East teams are just going to be so out of it that I can see some real games where they pour it on. So that's my guy right now too. So Pat, any thoughts on that, or who's your next trade for, sir?
I concur. No, but honestly, a lot of what you said, and I mean, let's keep in mind, you guys, he hasn't had a game. Like he's had okay, but he hasn't had a game. And yes, he can do all the press conferences saying, "I don't care who gets the ball yet." When it comes down to it, if they are in a clutch situation, somebody does not make a play, any kind of money, he's going to get 15 targets a game, like 20. Like it's not going to go get him. Go get him. And he also has I think the 4th easiest remaining schedule as well. So my next one is Dalvin Cook. This pains Eric, I know, because he was an owner, and honestly, through 6 weeks, what he had, he's running back 20.
20.
That's not with the second overall draft pick should be anywhere near. But he's had some injuries. He's had some playing here, we're not here type of situations. Once again, though, he's probably put his owner in a little bit of pickle. So this is an opportunity to take that and really get the most out because I think he has a second easiest remaining schedule, strength of schedule, I believe. And obviously that's going to come in clutch for you. So if you have the opportunity, you got like some assets, somebody's in need of help, he's on a bye this week, do it. Make that move. All right, so now let's dive into the tradeaways. And let's keep in mind, guys, these tradeaways are not all like we hate these players, we think they're going to do bad, yada, yada. There's a lot of variables when it comes to trading away somebody. Whether you got to make a move for your team could be 0-6, 1-5, whatever it is, you got to make a move. Something's got to change. I believe in that saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, you got to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make a move. And okay, Eric, who's your first trade away?
All right, this blonde guy, Chad Filler, Zach Ertz. I'm just at this point, Zach Ertz. I love the guy in 2016 and 17, but I'm just not sold that his talent's still there, or that the physical prowess is still there. Just so many people to feed the ball to. Even before he gets to Arizona, you got 6.3 targets a game going to Hopkins, 5.2 to AJ Green, 5.2 to Rondale Moore, 5 to Christian Kirk, and then Max Williams only had 3.4 targets a game, and I would say they're probably pretty similar level. So I don't like it. If you already have a solid tight end, I'd be trying to trade him. Maybe pair him with a receiver. Don't get too thin at running back at this time of year, but put him with somebody and maybe send offers. You could send offers to Dawson Knox owner because they're likely going to see that news that he's going to be out a couple weeks. If somebody's starting Jared Cook every week, somebody like that, I'd be offering Zach Ertz to them. So that's my dude. Pat, any tradeaways, or what do you think about?
I like that. I don't know about the talent. Who knows? But overall, the person who helped most was Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is, as an owner, I am. Thank you. Like it's great, but kind of what he's saying is a lot of fiddles, a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. You just don't know, and Hopkins is not even getting what he used to get, which he's still producing. You can go back and forth about that, but there's a lot of mouths to feed. So I really hate that offense because there's so much talent. Period. Right. My first trade away, man, is Mike Williams. Some of you guys, what do you got against this guy? You didn't want to draft him, yada yada. No, it comes back. It's full circle. I didn't want to draft him because why? Health. Yep. Period. I have him in the league. Obviously, he's been great. He's wide receiver 3 through 6 weeks. Been great, but the NFL, it's a long season. Now he's dealing with a little knee injury, which the bye week came in clutch. I think he'll be fine, but I don't think his value is ever going to be as high as it is right now. And for a lot of people going through injuries and going through all this kind of stuff, you can get somebody. For instance, I'm trying to pair him with like an RB2-ish, fringe RB2 for, a solid running back, period. The value will never be higher. And that's when you have to make a move. You got a lot of assets, move him, because I don't think he's going to be healthy for 17 straight games or 16, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
What's your next trade away, Eric?
Okay, my next one. Pat definitely didn't mind taking Mike Williams and seeing the results on that.
Even like the 10th round.
Here he is.
Like everybody else.
No. I had Antonio Gibson queued up, but I didn't like the picture. But Antonio Gibson, man. It hurts me to say this, but if you have a losing record and Gibson has a good game versus Green Bay or Denver, look to move them. The team, they're just so bad. Last year there was so much promise. So much good things going on. I used to say, I remember that game they played the Bengals, Washington and the Bengals. I was so excited for that game. Never thought I would be like that. This year if they played, I wouldn't, I'd watch half that game, but he gets So after the bye, so he gets Green Bay and Denver. If he has a good game, try to move him because he's getting Tampa Bay and Carolina. They're forcing him out there instead of letting him get healthy because they're so bad. They can't afford to bench him 1 week like they did with Dalvin Cook. The Vikings did with Dalvin Cook. I'm not mad at him though. I mean, I think he's a good talent. O-line is bad. Shin splints need to heal, and too much involvement with McKissick. So this is one where your team, if it's 500 or less, trade him. I wouldn't mind trading for him if I'm like undefeated or 5-1. That's where I kind of stand on him. With hopefully the offense gets going with Fitzpatrick, maybe late season. Pat, any thoughts on that or?
Man, honestly, I don't know what to make of Gibson. Kind of like a lot of things with you that you brought up. They're throwing him out there, and I don't think he's healthy. And it's kind of I can do it. And that's nothing to play with a fractured shin, and he's not practicing. And all of a sudden, you see him doing. It's like I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Your best ability is availability.
There you go.
It only took 55 years.
Yeah,
but
got it.
Yeah, I'm good. And unfortunately, like even for an owner, it's like, oh, bro, look, he's had a great game, but his value's still not there because, and if I'm trading for him, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, when's he gonna play? Tell me, go. So that's just evil. So that was me. Whew. Anyways, my last one is DK Metcalf. It's gonna be DK. Simple. You don't know when Russ is coming back. I don't like the situation, and he's still athletic. Geno can throw it up, but I just don't know how this. Even when Russ gets back, they might be so far out of the playoff. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I just don't know. It's too much uncertainty, especially right now. You guys probably are in a little bit of hole because DK didn't even start off as what we thought he would do. Then when Russ got hurt, so it's one of those things you gotta move talent. You might have to take a little deal for to sell them on this and this. But if they're 6-0, they don't need that. They can lose 4 weeks. Honestly, they can lose for next month straight and be all right. But yeah, I'd say opportunity. Go ahead and move them. I think currently DK is like the 14th easiest remaining schedule for the rest of the season, but we don't know when Russ will be back.
Yeah,
and we don't know when Russ. That's what you got to assume the worst, which is Geno. So in that situation, I'm good on that.
You had a bonus receiver, right? Who's your other guy?
Yeah. Well, I would definitely trade away Deebo Samuel.
Pat's selling high
once again. Yeah, selling high. Period. And I don't think that this is sustainable, man. I think 1 week, maybe like last year, they're gonna like, oh yeah, you don't know who Brandon Ayuk is? Really? Like he's going to start getting fed off and this is so frustrating, but I can see it. I'm an owner, so what's going to take is for me to drop him or trade him, and then all of a sudden he's become a top 10 receiver. That's going to be so frustrating.
Yeah. You have so much butterfly effect on that guy, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And then you got George Kittle come back. I think they're really going to focus on a run. There's a couple people coming back on the run too, so I don't even want to talk too much. But I think they just activated Hasty. And if Eli Mitchell is healthy, he's still a solid back, man. I think people are starting to forget that how much we paid for him, a month ago now, type of thing. And he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
That's all I have for our trade away, trade fours. Please drop your situation in the comments. We'll try to get to them as fast as possible. We had a really good showing last year on that. It was just insane for a while. So yeah, we'll see. If you have a really good trade question, maybe we'll drop you a gift or something. Maybe you'll get a gift. So please get the questions going. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Check out what's your name on Twitter? Pat Fantasy Breakouts Pat. Check out Fantasy Breakouts Pat. So
that it is.
Get a little bit of communication going between us. Get it back up, similar to where we were last year. So thanks for your time, Pat. Anything else?
Nope, that's about it, man. Obviously, we'll tune in for the video for tomorrow, and then we'll go move forward from there.
Get the pregame going in the morning. All right. Have a good weekend. Good luck. See ya.
Deuces.